Thanks, guys, and we are so excited to introduce to you the 2016 Hawaiian Pro finalists. John Florence, Marc Lacomare, Frederico Morais, and Ace Buchan. 4 surfers from 4 different corners of the globe.
Well, first of all, Ace Buchan doing amazing this year on the championship tour. He doesn't need points, same with John, but for Marc Lacomare and Frederico, different story.
We're gonna start the final off with the local favorite, John Florence, opening with, sets it up, straight up into the lip. And he said in his post-heat interview from the semis, just got to keep doing what I've been doing, and he started well right there. Watch out behind him, Frederico Morais, straight up in the lip. Strong start for the surfer from Haleiwa, as well as the surfer from Portugal. He's loving it. Now we're on to the backsiders. Marc Lacomare, vertical into the whitewater, another late but powerful backside snap. Ross, that's how you want to start a final.
Here we go. And I should say, actually, Frederico Morais was the second wave. But first up, John, watch his hook right here. Carving 101. And that was a tricky section. So nice there, slicing through all that bump. So, it should be just a mid-range score. 2 nice hacks, but nothing too crazy. And out the back, this is Frederico Morais. And he did great at linking these turns, but no real heavy-weighted maneuver. But that right there, it's a big section. He floated it. Very functional to get himself back onto the wave. This wave was fast. So 3 floaters, but again, nothing very brutal, no heavy-weighted snap. In my opinion, that should keep the score in check. This right here is different. This is critical right there. Climbs it and smashes it. So, Chris, it's one thing to go for a lip climb, but he actually managed to throw a bit of spray there. So putting some power into that float. Yeah, Marc Lacomare, if he wins this event, he'll go up to 15,000 points. He'll give himself a shot at Sunset.
Live action, Ace Buchan, the odd man out in that heavy first flare-up in this final. So 2 quick turns for Ace Buchan right from the get-go.
Well, I think, first of all, let's see Ace, as you mentioned, joining a party. And I like that Ace didn't just go ahead and drop anchor. He said, you know what, I'm going to go now. Because that wave wasn't that great. It was medium to even a small wave and a bit of a closeout. But what I like about Ace Buchan is he gets upside down and vertical. Watch this maneuver right here. He's going to get underneath his board and smash it. So the technique is flawless from Ace.
Yeah, the wave definitely did him the favor. Here's a big look at the 833. Now, why was this in that excellent range?
Again, both maneuvers were upside down and critical. That wave was unfriendly. It was lurching at him, and he absolutely tagged it. And he even managed to throw a little bit of spray on that second maneuver.
So the fact that he got that into that wave, that earns that score in my book. Here we go, Frederico Morais now having a little slide out through his first turn. He's trying to back up that big 833, most likely a throwaway wave. A decent start, but after the slit, things just kind of got out of hand for Frederico.
Speaking of numbers and crunching it and who's doing what and where do these scores fall, who deserves what, I think the judges do a brilliant job of scaling it to the numbers. So right now we have an 8.3 dropped already. We know that's there for Frederico and Marc Lacomare. So, the judges, again, they're brilliant at keeping a temperature for the rest of the heat. So if John surfs accordingly on his following waves, they're going to really judge it to scale with what's already been scored.
As he sits in 4th priority, Frederico Morais now finds a little something on the inside. Quick phone snap. Nice redirectional turn, straight off the bottom, right into the pocket. That was about to be an awesome turn, full of power, but maybe too much power.
It didn't pan out for him that time. Just catching an edge, and that'll happen if you surf a little too flat with those hacks. So watch the deck of his board. It's a little flat right there, that outside edge caught. So if you're gonna go for a layback snap, you still gotta put it on rail just a little bit.
Well, sailing takes him away, Ross.
It does, that and smooth jazz.
All right, here we go. Ace Buchan on his backhand, kicking that back leg straight up into the lip. This wave's gone a little weird on the inside, but he gets a secondary vertical snap. Hangs on, he knows full well you gotta sell it to the judges. That is a veteran knowledge right there. Riding it to the bitter end, putting his 2nd score on the board. And here we go, John Florence now. Rolls in, goes straight up the lip, jams out the tail. Crowd already going wild, and they love the 2nd turn as well. What do we got on the inside section? John Florence Throws in a fourth, snap goes down, but I'll tell you what, that turkey was carved. John Florence will be posting a massive score.
You know, that's commitment. You know, right now we saw that score from Frederico Morais. The first wave connected the dots nicely, got an 8.3. But for John, a lot more force and fierce maneuvers put down on that wall. So wouldn't be surprised if it's into the 9 range. Ace Buchan on a little insider. I would say, you know, he's going to try and throw that score away. But let's see what went down here. Again, look at the G-forces right there. A lot of speed going down the line. That was that carve that we were looking for. A lot of whip out of it. Came out of it with more speed than he came in with. And then a nice jam. I will say, you know, it's unfortunate he didn't ride out of that wave on his feet. Maybe left a point on the board. But that hack right there, easily the best maneuver so far this heat, in my opinion.
Probably went from somewhere in the excellent range to somewhere in the excellent range.
But watch this first jam. A little more vertical, right in the pocket. Even skipped out there for a second, but this carve right here was another level. Easily the best turn of the final so far. And another little jam. Tried to get greedy, Chris. So that's the only thing he did wrong in that wave. He tried to fit 2 for 1. Maybe if he would have laid back on that jam and went for 1 floating re-entry, it could have breached that 9 or maybe even 9.5. But we'll give him a break here. You know, 8.83, not bad.
The winner of this heat you're watching now will be your leader towards Band's Triple Crown glory. Will it be Marc Lacomare? Nice opening snap straight into the pocket. That would have been a critical backside snap from Lacomare. Now Morais goes down again.
Going for broke a little bit more, and he's been paying a price falling down. And Marc Lacomare, so dangerous. He really is, I think, going to be tough against John. I think that's his main competition right now. And again, live action.
Ace Buchan, relatively quiet. Got 2 decent scores, a 5.17 and a 4.43. But I've heard it before, it's 8s or lates here in the finals. John Florence now up and riding. Opening whip back into the whitewater, now pumping down the line, looking for the ramp. Blast the tail out. Can't come down with the frontside air reverse. This would have been a completely different heat.
Yeah, Marc looks like he's really tough right now. I think he's going to bring it. He's surfing confident. He's being aggressive. So I think he's very capable of throwing down another 8 or higher. I like that first gaff right there. Getting hung up slightly, which put him behind the 8-ball here. Now he's trying to get back into green water. And again, just a little late on that ramp. But John is such a freak that he still almost pulled off that reverse. But you gotta love John's version of a carve. He's got so much whip. He kind of stands tall, which allows him to get all that force and speed he propels out of his hacks. See if he can rein it in.
Frederico Morais, power surfer from Cascais, Portugal, up into the lip. Big floating snap extending down the line. Now he finally makes that second turn into the 3rd snap. Frederico Morais is back.
And again, watch this one, just getting more loose. Ever since he got the big score, he said, you know what, I'm gonna let it rain right here and there, sliding out on the tail. Trying to just throw the judges a little more X factor out there. Big floater, free falling, did well to hang on. There's the tail slide. So right there, Chris, you could see that was an opportunity just to be kind of a powerhouse. Instead, he decided, I want to slide the tail. So it almost seems like it's a definite decision he's made in the last 20 minutes where he's just trying to get a little more loose. Maybe he's inspired by John. I think once he heard that big score, that's when you see him maybe let go of the rail more.
Coming off of a floater like that. We'll see what the judges drop. Here goes John Florence with 3rd priority. Up into the lip. The kick out, a little too much. Frederico Morais score drops now at 7.33.
I think he's ripping. He's the danger man right now in this final against John.
Here goes John with 4th priority, opening snap. Now he's getting down the line, up into the air. Oh, that was scary. Came down on his fins.
It looked like it, didn't it?
Marc Lacomare now goes vertical. John's okay. He's paddling back out. Another big snap, fully extended, drifting the tail, and straight into another backside hook with the styly, kind of subtle claim.
The Mason Ho inspired kickouts. I think they're awesome. And just a little stamp of approval. And again, I was feeling it. I just had a great hunch that Marc was going to light a wave up. A little more slide than he wanted on that tail slide, but he made up for it right there. Jeez. Great connection on that closeout reentry. So opening snap, just kind of getting the speed up, matching the rhythm of the wave. Slid the tail more than he wanted, but he did well to hang on, Chris. But this is his best turn, right there on the money, through spray, right on a toilet bowl. That should be there. He only needs a 7.3.
Right in front of John as well. Currently comboed, Adrian Buchan. He's going to do his best to get back up into the fight here. That wave just flattens out, not offering him up anything. This wave gets let go. Marc Lacomare. We'll see if that is a decision that John and Frederico will regret. It will not be. Marc Lacomare gets nothing done on that last wave. All right, here we go. Frederico Morais. Will this be the wave that gets him the win? Nice opening snap from Frederico. Deep bottom turn. Has to opt for the cutback. Up in the lip again. Straight up. Vertical snap. Solid finish.
And here we go. Let's see the damage. I feel like he went too far in front of the wave. Right there, just a connection turn, projecting down the line. And then right there, see, that was his mistake. He got so far in front that he was forced to do a cutback. Closeout reentry was nice, but still in the safe category. You know, he really didn't throw everything at it. My first gut instinct is to say he will not get that 7.34. Again, that's just my opinion. I wanted to see a little more caution thrown into the wind, so it's up to the judges upstairs.
All right, folks, with 3 seconds to go, we're not even on the edge of our seats anymore. We're standing up, waiting for the score for Frederico Morais. Right now, you're watching John Florence. Was that up before the horn, Ross? I don't think so. So this is going to be the ride in, waiting for scores. The beach has gone absolutely silent. This is all for the title here at the Hawaiian Pro. Now, 2 say yes, 1 says no. Either way, John Florence has had a stellar event. Will we see an upset? Right now, 1 more score to drop. Frederico Morais needed a 7.34. Wow. And ladies and gentlemen, another 0.01 off the mark. That means your champion for the 2016 Hawaiian Pro is John Florence. What more could he do? That was as close a finish as you could possibly have.
I've never seen that in my life, and I've seen 5 million heats. Frederico's last 2 waves, he narrowly missed it by 1/100th of a point. Both times he needed a 7.34, and he got a 7.33. That is amazing.
Let's listen to the celebration going on now as John Florence is chaired up the beach, your 2016 Hawaiian Pro champion.